Did he do that, you think, because you look like a terrorist in the audience?
I don't anymore. My
No?
beard is quite a bit less terrorist looking, and I will tell you, when you go to a motorcycle event like this, Dave, the terrorist looking people outnumber the non-terrorist looking people.
Gotcha.
Welcome back to the Five Dirty Bikers podcast. Presented by Memphis Shades, the clear choice for custom windshields and fairings for your motorcycle. And Wild Ass Seats, stay in the saddle longer and in total comfort no matter your butt or budget.
So anyway, back to Mama Tried.
Yeah, so I went to Mama Tried. I absolutely love this show. We go down the first day, opening day. I call it opening day. There's all kinds of pre-party and events that we don't typically take in. So we go down for Friday to do the Flat Out Friday racing, which is great. They have hooligan racing. They have all different kinds of classes. They have vintage classes, bring what you rode classes. I mean, Danger Dan rode a chopper in one of them. It was a great show. The hooligan classes are fast as fuck. I mean, these guys are going crazy fast. For those of you that don't know what they do for the indoor track, this is at the Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee, so it's where the Milwaukee Bucks play. And
did you have to be vaccinated to get in?
No. No type of vaccination to get in anywhere. They treat the floor actually with Dr. Pepper. So They spray the floor with Dr. Pepper to make the surface sticky. And then they do the races. So it's all on a basically polished cement. So that's why they spray the floor. And they have the boonie bikes and they have kids races. And I mean, it's a good 4 hours of races. They start at 7, they go till 10 or 11. It's just awesome. And they have it so streamlined that it's just race after race after race. They start it with the national anthem in the beginning and they're all going around the track on their bikes, with the American flags and revving their motors. And so it's really a great way to start the event. And for those of us who've been stuck in the frozen tundra, we just stand there and waft in the exhaust fumes from motorcycles as much as we can because we've been missing
that
it so
shit
much. Just like totally
glue.
And we were practically in Sniffer's Row this year at the event, so we got 4th row tickets. So that was a lot of fun. We got 3/4 of the way through the night, and the guy shooting the shirt cannon decided after one of the feature races, and we were all watching the interview for the feature race, that the guy with the largest shirt cannon in the entire joint decided that he wanted to shoot somebody in the face and get it on camera. And so he chose me. And he fired that bad boy. And it was coming so hard and so fast. The little kid that was in front of me ducked. I was not looking at all. And I just caught it out of my peripheral vision. And I tipped my head a little bit and it hit me in the shoulder and I caught it in the air. And I looked right at the guy and he was like, ooh, with eyes wide open, oh, I can't believe I did that. And I was like, you motherfucker.
You should have stood up and then Kenny or whoever was with you should have yelled, kick his ass, Seabass.
Yeah, if it would have hit me in the face, I would have chucked the shirt back at him.
Did he do that, you think, because you look like a terrorist in the audience?
I don't anymore. My beard is quite a bit less terrorist looking, and I will tell you, when you go to a motorcycle event like this, Dave, the terrorist looking people outnumber the non-terrorist looking people.
Gotcha.
Right when you walk in, right off to the right side, when you walk in the door, was all of the stock motorcycles that Harley brought with them. And I got to see the 120 anniversary Street Glide. And again, it reiterated what I already knew. I love this paint job. I know it's taken a ton of flack from people, but in person, that paint job is really nice. I like it a lot.
Looks nothing like the Gold Wing, I'm telling you.
No, it is. It's one of their best paint jobs. It's subtly amazing.
Yep.
Because it's not super flashy, but it takes you a minute.
You're getting to see the bagger. I haven't seen a bagger yet. I've just seen the Fat Boy, so I'm sure there's probably even more that went into the paint job on the baggers than there was on the Softail. Yeah,
I saw that. They had one of the what's the one that came back this year? The
Breakout.
They had a Breakout there. and I don't hate it as much in person. They had a Nightster there. I hate that one just as much in person.
Did you say? But they had my next bike there too, though, right? You said you
so
saw the RG3.
I saw an RG3 in a different area that wasn't with. These were kind of all the models from they were this year models, right? The RG3 was not with them because it takes up so much space. So the RG3 was actually in one of the entry areas, and I had not seen one in person. And let me tell you,
Was I right?
Dave was right. Dave was right. I wouldn't hesitate. I'd trade my bike for one of those. I'm not lying. It is a very, very nice looking trike. Harley did it right with that bike. They made it appeal to both the younger and older generation, in my opinion. If you like a trike, I would ride it and rip that thing without hesitation. It's a beautiful looking motorcycle.
We'll both be on one in a few years.
I will be on a trike someday in my life when I can't hold up a motorcycle without a doubt. So, but yeah, it was a beautiful motorcycle. They did the right thing. I think it was a long time coming. I think they waited way too long to put out a Road Glide trike, but this thing was off the hook. So, but the rest of the bikes were all custom builders. Do you guys know? And I wish I could remember his name, and I feel horrible, but there is and I'm pretty sure he does YouTube or social media, but there's a guy that was riding a raked out chopper, and he rides it all over the world. I can't think of his name. I wish I could remember his name. Anyway, his bike was there, just like he rode it out of Nepal. I mean, covered in dirt and grime, and that bike was there. Danger Dan's Pan America that's been all over the world was there. The Easy Company bike was there. Jared Weems's Race Triumph was there. That fucking bike is off the hook.
That the first time you've seen that?
In person, yep.
Yeah.
I mean, in person, the engineering behind that and all he did into that bike. And what I didn't know is he built this bike for the event in California. And damn it, I can't think of the name of that one either.
Born Free.
Born Free. He built it for Born Free. But part of the reason why he chose that platform, a motorcycle, which I didn't know until this weekend, is that his brother races Triumphs, and he drag races this Triumph that Jared has built, and their Triumph that he's been racing for a few years is getting kind of old and worn out. And so Jared's idea was, well, I'll build this show bike, and then when I'm done showing it, we're going to break it down. Because right now it has a really cool Springer front end on it. He's going to put a front end that would be for racing on it, and they're going to break it down, and that's going to be the alcohol dragster that his brother now starts to use.
Yeah, it's a work of art.
Cool.
So
it's an absolute work of art. Someone had posed the question, because what we were talking about were sales practices and stuff. So the question was, what are some sales practices that make you cringe or pass on a purchase? Examples are calling for a price, or seeing a sales rep, or not posting prices. So yeah, just general fucky shit that makes you not want to deal with, I guess, even entertaining purchasing a vehicle.
I definitely do hate that you have to call for a price. I don't know why, I guess because I want the salespeople to just be like really upfront with me. I hate it when you go and they're just always trying to talk you into shit instead of listening to you. So I think that's what steers me away. If you can't just like get a vibe for the price online before you go in there.
That's more than just motorcycles, though, right? Because that happens a lot.
That's
not just motorcycles. It's
for
cars
anything,
yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit different when you go into a dealership, I suppose. I feel like they approach you a lot differently when you go into a Harley dealership than when you're buying a car, but
I don't know. I've always found it to be more laid back at a Harley dealership than walking into a car lot.
Yeah, I agree.
But so you don't agree with the not posting the price on the internet when they're advertising a car?
Not really. I'd rather see what it is.
Ryan, did you have an opinion on that?
I'm a huge. Did I mention huge?
Huge. Big
proponent of huge. Let me say it's huge. I'm a huge proponent of transparent pricing. I don't like the game. I don't like the dickering. I don't like any of that bullshit at all. Because I will absolutely say that I might go look at this motorcycle and then look at the price tag and say, oh, it's 52,000. No fucking way. And just turn around and walk away. I don't want to start a conversation with a salesperson or somebody about something that I know I can't afford at all. Right.
Yeah.
Don't try to talk me into it. Don't try to,
yep.
right. Don't try to get some sort of a, oh, but we can go through this place. And if you give me 1,000 down, and if you do this, this is your payment per month for the rest of your life. I don't like that shit. Just put some transparent pricing out there. In fact, there's a car dealership in our town here that they actually went away. They don't dicker at all. They say we've marked it down as low as we'll go. The only thing that they will work with you on, length of time of loan, and the what they're going to give you for your trade-in. Other than that, the price on the vehicle is as marked. And whether it's overpriced or not, I don't give a shit. I like the idea that I'm driving through the lot and I see exactly what the price of the vehicle is.
But you're a research guy, right? So I mean, if you're shopping for a vehicle, you pretty much already know what the price range is going to be on the vehicle.
So I pre-research, Dave, but I will tell you with 100% certainty, I'm a pre-research guy. But for me, I'm more about pre-research in terms of knowing what I'm ready and willing to spend.
Right.
But I am an emotional buyer when it comes to vehicles.
Oh, that's not good.
For sure. Yeah. Well, no, absolutely. It's absolutely. But I do my research so I know what I'm willing to spend. Right. So when I'm driving through the lot, I don't look and go, oh, there's a midnight black Dodge Durango and it's $87,000. I'm getting that one. I'm not that guy. I'm like, nope, fuck. I know I can't afford that. I just drive right by it. Yeah. So I make sure that I'm shopping within my budget. But when I find something I really like, then I'm stuck, right? Then the salesperson already has me on the hook because I'm already there. So because I did that with my Road King, actually. I found the Road King online. I called and asked the business manager if it was available. I never even dealt with a salesperson at all. And I said, what will you give me for my bike? And she told me, she said, let me talk to my boss. She comes back on. She says, this is what we'll give you. I said, what's the payment at? And she said, this is what it is. I said, can you finance it for this time? Because I said, if the payment's this, I will buy it. And she said, let me come back. And she comes back and she goes, my boss says, yes, we can do that. And I said, sold, send me the papers. And it was done. That was what it was. The phone call, it was one phone call and it was done.
So it's interesting. A couple of things you said, going back to this concept that a lot of vehicle dealers do now, or they don't put the price on the internet. They want you to call. Mm-hmm. Or they want you to come in. Sounds like that's really targeted to people like you that are, like you said, you're an emotional buyer. Because the whole point of that tactic is to get someone to make a contact, right, which increases the odds in the dealership's favor. They're going to get a sale, but then to get your foot in the door. Because once you're in, the chances they're going to close a deal with you on something goes like through the roof.
Well, but I feel like what Ryan said is that they're just playing games with you. So I don't even want to call and talk to you because I just want you to be
everything
real.
in sales and marketing is a game.
I know, and I hate it. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. But what I was saying though is that I won't. If I go and look online at a car dealership and the prices aren't there, that it says call for pricing, I don't do business there. Yeah. Put your prices online and put your prices on your car when I drive through the lot. That's it. If they're not, I don't do business there. I don't, because I want to know up front because I don't like to look at something that I know I cannot afford.
The thing with what we're talking about on the vehicles though, and the internet lack of pricing or whatever, it's just, I mean, the odds, the data is there that it's a hugely successful tactic, right? And a lot of people say, well, I'll never go in there, or I'll just click to the next thing. That's okay. You're not the target,
Right.
Someone's going to come around. I don't know. I always do. I guess maybe I'm a little overly analytical when I make purchases and stuff, but I always do a lot of research so I know what they should be asking. If I see something I like, I may go look at it because I already have an expectation of what the price should be, before I go there.
Where are you at on this, Dustin?
I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion. I mean,
He
I'm not
works
an
in the dealership. He's got all the inside numbers now.
Well, I'm gonna put mindset pre-dealership employment, but
Yeah, sure, yeah,
like say my car. That was a situation where we had chip shortages, inventory wasn't very healthy at dealerships. There were 2 cars coming in that me and my wife both wanted. They were coming in. We had to pay what they were asking. No questions asked. I mean, if we didn't buy that car that day, somebody else was. And I was adamant on buying a car that day. I was ready for a new car. I had a car for a fucking decade. It was time to upgrade. It was time to upgrade, you know. But motorcycle wise, I've never had that problem. I don't over research, because if I do, I'm gonna try to pick out the bad too much than over the good, and I'm not gonna buy anything. So YOLO.
Yep.
What about YOLO.
That's an interesting concept.
What about, Dustin, when because I remember when you were buying your cars, and I remember when you got it and we talked about it, and you, when you gave me your opinion, you didn't tell me anything bad though. You talked about all the things about it. You were just kind of in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like, so you knew you had to pay what they was marking, no questions asked. Do you feel like you paid a fair price though?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I see. That's kind of, I look at it 2 ways too, because if you feel like you got the value, whether or not you overpaid, but it was okay with you because the value was there for you, I say that's okay too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to me. The thing that I hate, the tactic that I hate, and I cannot stand, and I refuse to even discuss with any dealer, whether it's cars or motorcycle or anything, is that fucking Foursquare stuff, right? Or the first time a dealer says, well, what do you want you get your payments to? I'm like, I don't give a shit. I want to get to a price, right? And I want to get to a fair price, because you're in business. You've got to make money. Right. I need to feel like I'm getting value. Don't worry about the financing and everything else. You know, let's just talk price, because that Foursquare thing is a mind fuck. And so many people get screwed over because they go in and thinking, oh, I'm going to negotiate on a monthly payment. You know, and salespeople salivate at that because they can monkey with those numbers however they want to get as much money maximized off this deal as possible to get you to the payment you want. And that's how people get in, and they overfinance stuff. I mean, people are signing like 7-8 year terms on a vehicle for financing. That's insane to me. But it gets the payment down to what the person says they want, which is their target. The other thing I hate is when dealers want to talk to you about what you don't like about your vehicle. Any of you guys ever fall for that one?
I never really
No, not really.
I
The
don't
last
like, I
time
mean,
mine
I
had
told you, I
exploded.
don't like to engage with the salespeople when they do that shit. I want to go in and I want them to talk to me about whatever it is I want to talk about.
Yeah,
Well, 'cause
you
they're
don't
trying-
like
they're-
about your current vehicle, and then all they talk about is how this other vehicle is going to do to solve those problems for you.
Yeah,
Right.
I just walk away when they do that.
It's gonna be really great when they're like, "Tell me what you don't like about your what you don't like about your current vehicle." Well, you motherfuckers are only selling electric now,
That's right. I don't like I got to plug the fucker in.
right?
Says the guy who has a battery tender plugged into his car in the garage.
Right.
You know? No,
Yeah.
I can see that happening for sure.
I think that's I think that if you go into any situation or any deal like that, knowing you have to know that no matter what you buy as a consumer, they're making money off you, right? So just let the rest of it go. Decide what you think is fair. Don't pay more. Don't pay more than you think is fair. And just, otherwise, Jesus, you're adding so much stress to your life that you just don't need to add.
No. And walk away.
Yeah.
That's
Don't be
the
afraid to
big
walk
thing.
away.
Walk away,
Don't be afraid to walk away. That's probably the most power as a consumer that you have in any sales environment is walking away.
Yeah.
Make them do a whole bunch of work and negotiations and then walk away.
Maybe you won't get what you really want thrown in or whatever, but there's probably 3 other things like, Harley dealerships. I think every dealership in the world will give you a free gift card. to close
Sure.
a deal, right? Because that money's coming out of a different budget on their side than
Right.
the labor that they have to pay for the part or the service department.
Or a free T-shirt. Sometimes that's sweetens the deal.
Yeah.
Don't all Harley dealers give a free T-shirt?
I thought so, but
I didn't get
mean,
one.
It's
I've
like
never
I
gotten one
figure
either,
like
to be
it's
honest.
baked into the price.
Did you buy a new bike? I know maybe it's a new bike only.
Yep, I
Yeah,
bought a
maybe. I've
new
never
one and
purchased a new
used one.
bike, so
No, mine's used, and they gave me a shirt. It was like their whole thing.
yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, but you'd be surprised at how much you can get away with if you just understand what the
I guess if I can't get a free shirt, the next time I go in, I'm going to ask for underpants.
I would have Saturday.
surprised.
I almost, if there would have been a dealer in the area, I was tempted to stop in and see if I could get some free long johns. Or
There's
even
a
pay for
there's
them.
there's a good clothing idea, Ryan. It says "Live to ride" right on the dick.
right on the front of them.
Yep,
What the hell? Where'd you pull that out of, Dustin? That was
my ass.
out of left field.
Oh, that's such a great one. Yeah.
I'm sure
Maybe
you
they
get
could
those
have
made
the
on
big,
Etsy.
the big eagle on there going, caca!
Yeah, this is "Live to Ride" right on the dogger.
Oh, such a great idea.
or the hog logo right there.
Yep. Oh, that's good.
Well, what other questions did we have in the Discord?
Let's find out.
Let's look at the Discord.
We need to
You
change
guys
that
suck.
icon.
I'm going home.
That one finger icon. Every time I look at it, I think somebody's shooting a finger at me. And then I realize it's the index finger.
Hey, speaking of our Discord, number one, it's fucking free. And number two, we now have 662 members on our Discord.
Nice.
Yeah, how do you like that?
Getting there.
Getting there.
A math question for Tony. He's not here, unfortunately. If Ryan is leaving North Dakota at 8 a.m. and Percy is leaving Virginia at 10 a.m. and Dustin is leaving Illinois at 12 p.m., how much time does that give Brittany to peg Jared before they arrive in Louisville?
I saw that come in over the
So-
weekend, and I laughed so hard.
The problem is that I don't think she pegs him in Louisville. I think she pegs him in where do you live?
Lexington.
Lexington.
So you gotta
was
add
I
an
wondering-
believe
hour.
she pegs him in the rear, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
So add an hour to the allotted time.
Yeah. Do you cross time? Well, some of us I don't. But how many time zones do you cross, Ryan?
Coming down to Louisville?
Just one.
Just one.
Is it just one?
Yeah.
You go from
one.
Central to Eastern. Yeah.
Yep. And it's just one for you. Oh, no, you're in Eastern, so you don't cross any.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just so everyone knows, this Discord or the topic that we discussed today, the question was presented by Uncle Vic on our Discord. So thank you very much, Uncle Vic, for your question. That turned into a topic for today's podcast.
Yeah. Always want to
Uncle
give credit to
Vic.
the Discord members when they do the thinking for us.
And that's right. It was a banger. It was a good one. It gave us definitely some fodder. So Dustin, we've answered the question. We answered John Doe's math problem, and the answer to that is, Brittany always has time for pegging Jared.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is all the time in the world.
So what do we have for everyone that they need to know about?
We have a
That's very,
date.
very important coming up. We have a date and a location. And a
Date,
location
Date, location, and party.
and party. What is it? Let's hear it.
Okay, so the bike reveal is going to be happening March 25th at Bluegrass Harley-Davidson in Louisville as a part of their 9th anniversary party and spring opener. So we're on the bill to reveal our bike. So it will be there in the flesh at Bluegrass. There's going to be free food, a cash bar, music and fun, and a bike blessing. So if you guys can make it, awesome. But if you can't, we will be live streaming the reveal from Bluegrass Harley-Davidson. So even if you can't make it, you'll see it online as it happens. Can't wait.
So there you go. We are very excited, and just so the rest of you know, we asked Mr. Weems to cease all social media posts, to cease all YouTube posts, and also to cease all posts and or backstage sneak peek pictures to us. So the bike reveal will also be a reveal to us at the same time. So I know from just the few pictures that we have received that I'm going to go ahead and say it. This motherfucker is going to be a banger. This bike is absolutely, positively, without a doubt, amazing.
So again, March 25th, noon to 4, Bluegrass Harley-Davidson in Louisville.
I am super bummed I won't be there with you guys for the big reveal.
Let me stand up. I got a reveal for you, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but Percy Jr. is blessing us with our first granddaughter that week down in Texas. So
Nice.
instead of being the usual asshole father that I was his whole life, I'm going to actually be there when to support him and my daughter-in-law when the new baby arrives. But maybe there's a way I can stream in with you guys.
we'll be there. We'll be live from Bluegrass. So everybody, if you're in the area, if you want to make the trip out to come hang out, it should be a fun time. I'm bringing my whole family.
Are they going
Like
to be
Ryan-
serving
like
hot
Ryan-
dogs?
They should. They
With
should have a
wiener
hot
water?
dog cart with wiener water. Maybe Tony will drink some for charity.
Nice. Oh.
He will drink a mug of hot dog water for
A
$80.
mug.
a mug
I
of
think
hot
we
dog
should
water.
just make that commitment for him since he's not
As
here
in-
with us tonight.
An 8
Auction
ounce
that
mug
off.
or like 32 ounces.
No one drinks 32 ounces of anything, Brittany.
I'm just saying, there's different size mugs out there.
Let's just
let's-
say this: a 32 ounce is not a mug.
I've seen them.
No, it's called when it's 32 ounces, it's got a handle on it. It's called a schooner, not a mug.
A scooter's a sailboat.
That's got to be a North
That's like
Dakota word.
she tells Jared that's only 6 inches that she's pegging him with, but it's really 18.
Got to work your way up to the big leagues, Dave.
So I think what we should do is let's take care of this right now. If we raise $1,000 donation on site
Sure,
on the reveal,
sure.
every dirty biker that's present at Bluegrass will drink wiener water.
And by wiener water, we mean water out of a vat where hot dogs are being cooked, not where wieners have dipped into.
12
So-
ounces each
12
I'll do it.
I'm not signing up for
wiener
this.
water.
I'll do it.
12 ounces.
You get $1,000
You can drink 12
donation on
ounces of
site.
wiener water. You've had worse in your mouth.
Hey, we raised $5,000. We raised $5,000. I let Ryan cut my hair into a mullet, and I drink the water.
Hey, Brittany, did Ryan
There you
cross
go.
a line
How
right
come
there?
Ryan gets to cut your hair, Dustin? You should let somebody with the experience do it.
Do you cut hair, Brittany?
I cut very simple haircuts. I can cut a mullet.
Can you give me lightning bolts on the side?
I can try. I'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
willing to try it.
Lightning. She can lightning bolt it up, Dustin. That
Should
would
do
be
a hot dog on the side of his head.
now.
I don't know about that.
Make
I'll
a
do
wiener
lightning
mobile
bolts.
on the side of Dustin's head.
The
That's
key
what
is
we
this.
need. That's what we need at FDBM is the Wiener Mobile.
Would you, Dustin? Would you rock a mullet at your current job?
Fuck.
I mean, that's the
Well,
real
I mean,
question.
dude,
Mullets
Would you
are
rock
in
a mullet?
style right
we have
now.
customers that are coming in rocking
Yeah.
the
I was gonna
business
say,
in the
mullets
front,
are
party in the back.
actually, They
He's
are
in the
actually in
Midwest.
style.
Yeah.
Right?
Just because we're in the Midwest doesn't make a mullet just like a thing that people walk around with. it's a fashion
would
statement
be,
that's
that would
come
be
back.
the Deep
Dave.
South where they.
Well, it's everywhere in Kentucky. I've seen too many mullets lately. I don't think it's fashionable, but it's
I think
style right now.
Brittany, I think your Jared should grow a mullet. I think that
No, thanks.
that guy. I think that guy could rock a serious mullet.
Dude, the early
I don't
90s,
think
I had a
so.
permed hockey mullet. I looked like fucking Yager.
Perm, you had a perm and a mullet?
I had a permed mullet when I was a kid. Yep.
I had a mullet when I was in high
Really?
school too.
It was the hockey mullet, man. It was the flow. That's what it was then.
Yeah.
They're a terrible hairstyle. I've never seen a good mullet.
I need to find pictures. Go through my mom's photo albums. I'll find that fucker.
Yep. It's and you know, there are some people though that when you see them, when you just said the word flow, Dustin, there are some people that rock a mullet and they don't look terrible, to be honest. Some people can rock a mullet like you know, for real. So
There's
Kid Rock. Did he
I've
have a
never
mullet?
seen him
did
with
he have a mullet? No, he just had long hair, Dave. I don't think he actually ever had a mullet.
Yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus had a serious mullet though.
That's the achy breaky mistakey.
Yeah. That was for sure. That might be before Britney's time. I don't think she had an achy breaky heart.
No,
Fuck,
dude.
dude.
No, I
if
love
we
that
raise,
song.
if this bike can raise $100,000, I'll do something stupid with my hair.
Yeah, I think I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a good time. It's going to be the bike's going to be great. It's going to be a good celebration. Hell, I think that in Kentucky at this event, we're probably going to see some people rocking some mullets at this event.
Okay,
hope so.
we have to stop
Very
talking about
likely.
mullets because our Discord count just went down 18 people.
Well, that's terrible.
That's horrible. Mullets are awesome. I love mullets.
I want to know how they hurt us.
Come to FDBM and bring your best looking mullet. Hey, we'll have a mullet judging contest at the bike reveal.
That would be really fun, actually. If people
That would be
actually
cool.
did, that would
if
be
there
fun.
if there was enough people with mullets, that would be a good time.
And the winner gets to drink 12 ounces of wiener water.
You get a wrestling belt and a glass of wiener water.
You think people? I mean, that thing's a bit old, right? How many new listeners do we have? Are going? What the hell's the deal with the wiener water?
Oh man, that's like
Does anybody remember
that's second year shit right
Anybody
there.
remember the story on that?
I don't know. The lineup at the time was talking about stopping at gas stations and eating hot dogs at some bin behind the counter at Old Deli or something like that. And,
Well,
Oh,
it
they
used
were-
to be. It used to be that at the gas stations, the hot dogs had they didn't have the roller things where the hot dogs sat. They
Yeah,
actually
they're
sat
in water.
in a bin of water, and because remember, Dustin, I think we were even talking about this because that was when we actually talked about the album cover for Limp Bizkit and how that name of that album cover, so many people didn't understand what it meant.
Yeah.
But when they named it Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Flavored Water, it was when they were on tour. We got the hot dog flavored water, and then people were like, "What the hell's chocolate starfish?" A lot of people didn't know they were buttholes. A lot of people didn't know. So I mean, we brought the chocolate starfish back, and then we defined wiener water or the hot dog flavored water. So there you go.
Well, talking about starfish, we did have a vendor at Hogs and Frogs that wasn't too far from us that was serving hot dogs in wiener water.
Why didn't you
Remember?
tell us?
Huh?
I don't remember this.
Weren't you? I don't know. Was Ryan with me? Maybe it was Jim or Phil.
I think
No,
it was-
I think it was Phil. Probably.
Yeah, you came back when you guys went and got food, and somebody said that there was legit hot dogs and
Yeah.
wiener water. Over
I think
there.
that was Phil. Phil and I were
Yeah.
trying to find something to
The
eat.
best is when they've been sitting in there a while and there's a thin layer of film on the top of the water. You
Oh,
say,
you're
throw
gross.
some film on there too.
Yeah. I will have to say though, hot dogs from gas stations, I don't hate them.
Oh, dude, they're just as good as a Dodger dog.
They are. I don't hate them. I'll do a hot dog gas station hot dog.
I'll tell you what though, a hot dog at a hockey game,
Yeah.
fucks.
What you don't want to do is a hot dog from a gas station bathroom because that's not a hot dog.
Is there a story behind this, Ryan, that you want to share?
No, not
the-
a story. And
The last
I'll
stall
share-
said
I'll
free
share
free
it,
hot
yeah.
dogs.
And it's served through a glory hole? Was that the deal?
The last stall, the last stall at the gas station. If it has a hole in it, it's not a hot dog. Just so you know. Well, thank you guys for another great episode of the 5 Dirty Bikers podcast. Again, just remind everybody our Discord is 100% free. If you like what we're doing, you want to be a part of the 5 Dirty Bikers community, get out and join our Discord. If you want to join the Discord, you like what we're doing even further, and you want to be a part of a more exclusive group, don't be afraid to join our Patreon. We have many different levels of Patreon, and we put exclusive content up there. And our patrons are usually the first people to know any news. So this episode, when we're talking about all the motorcycle stuff and we're talking about the event and everything, they found out before you. So they found out this weekend. And they found out a week before you guys did. So this was all posted for them early. So if you really want to support us even further, join our Patreon. And, we will have tickets going on sale. Will for sure be on sale when the bike reveal comes. Remember, March 25th at Bluegrass Harley Davidson in Louisville, Kentucky is going to be our bike reveal.